As our group arrives at the Gafran estate, you see a very disturbing sight. The Dragon Empress awaits in the courtyard along with Marek Gafran and the Gafran matriarch. The driver of the Magitech carriage probably you see the barrier sort of move down, and he says, "Were you aware that the Dragon Empress would be here?"
Excuse me, what?
The who?
The Dragon Empress is in our courtyard.
Remember when I rolled a critical on that book that I flipped through, the one with the laws and regulations and everything? Was there anything on any sort of like etiquette, greetings, anything like that?
Laws? No. Etiquette? No. I don't imagine.
Oh, okay.
Probably the only law was to not disparage the royal court in public. Something along those lines.
Okay.
Let's just calm down. It's fine. I'm sure well, the good news is we have Moon here.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Good news.
Yeah.
I look so nervous.
I'm taken aback by that. Seeing how sure she was in the courts earlier when it came to the council. I don't say anything, but I kind of look her away and then... Well, we just act with manners.
Moon, do you know the proper Malefaxian bow or anything like that? This is the Empress, is it not?
Yes, that's absolutely the Empress.
If I can give
can
you some
I roll
advice.
to maybe.
Yes.
Oh,
Advice would be lovely.
Bow to the Empress. Try not to speak out of turn, and be very wary. Mind your
But where
tongues.
do we put our hands?
At
What if
your
we don't have
sides?
hands? Or spines? I can't bow! I'm very unprepared.
Are you able to flatten yourself a little bit?
I kind of spread like jello.
that should work, Bo.
Perfect.
Okay.
Why do you think she's here?
I would imagine it is, well, either for business or for you.
I look at Moon. Do you think I lean in and I whisper, the document. The one you lied on. The document. What? The one with your visa. Yes. The one that you lied on.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, I think she might be looking over here.
Listen, we have nothing to be worried about. We didn't do anything, right?
Right.
Right. All right. Just
Yeah.
act normal. It's act normal. One thing about apex predators, they can smell bullshit.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
You can see that the driver is probably looking over his shoulder directly at Moon, looking very confused.
Share the sentiment.
What's with your face? Why are you looking at her like that?
Out with
Go
it.
on.
I imagine that the Empress is curious as to why the Savior is here, at the very least,
Yes.
given their history.
Yes, yes.
Of course, yes. And I stand up and I make an exit. Or an
I grab her
attempt to
hand
exit.
before she goes. Ooh, are you sure you're gonna be okay with this?
There's only one way out of this carriage.
I grip her hand tighter. You got this, as always. Just remember, well, you are the savior. You have a reputation.
Right.
And that reputation isn't just fluff. You have saved these people. They wouldn't be here without you right now, and whether there's an elephant in the room or not, called emberstone. I'll be right there with you. I'll stand by your side.
Yeah, and remember, and I'll raise a finger and tap the side of my nose. Just like old times.
Mimosas.
No, if you need a distraction, just tap your nose.
After you.
And I exit the carriage.
I'll follow behind.
And straighten up.
Okay. Are you ready, Rue?
After you.
Okay. I'll pop on out.
I'll climb out, and my tail is twitching irritably behind me.
I'll stop in our tracks and try to motion for Bo to get down. If he's still on Moon's head.
No, I'm a puddle. Why? What's up? Oh, down.
A
What do you
puddle
want?
Where? On her head or not?
On the couch. I'm all flat.
On the couch?
On
Inside the
the
carriage.
seat. The cushion. The carriage.
Okay. All right.
So are you staying in the carriage or are you coming with us?
I don't know what's going on. Do you want me to come out? I'm confused.
Yes.
It probably maybe it's best if he stays.
But he's part of our party, and I did write him down on the form.
What
Oh.
happens if I try to put Bo in my inventory?
It does
Will
not
I
work.
die?
You
Bag of
consume
holding.
Okay.
I'll just gather Bo into my arms.
I imagine if you try to put them in your inventory, like normally what you have is like the equivalent of a backpack or something that pops up as a part of your inventory screen, right? Like as if you were opening up your character sheet. And it's very similar looking to the character sheets that we have on Foundry. If you try to like put him in there, he just phases right through the screen.
I do attempt to do it. Upon failing, I will gather Bo into my arms.
Okay. I'm kind of like when you pick up like a dog or something, and like like I'm kind of dangling. I'm sagging as you pick me up.
Sort of do
Okay,
the
this is
thing where
new.
I spread my knees and I waddle you out.
Yeah. As you exit, you can see there's not. I imagine you would expect like a big cadre of guards and whatnot around the Dragon Empress. She's only flanked by one guard wearing full plate, and you can't see their face. They have a dragon-shaped sort of visor to their helmet that's pulled down. There's no guards from what you can tell beyond the House Gafran guards in the courtyard, and they are here. All of the guards for House Gafran are like in the courtyard at the various doors and whatnot. I will take a group insight check though.
Okay,
Ooh.
I'll start it.
Because she doesn't see us as a threat.
And what is the difficulty of this check?
12.
12. Excellent, okay.
Oof.
Yup.
I got a 12.
I think I'm more concerned about Moon than what's
Wow.
on around me.
All three of you rolled 7s. That's wild.
And there should
Whoa.
be a plus
That's gotta be
one
lucky
mod.
somehow.
from my... Ooh, you know what? I will go ahead and start us off with a nice use of my bond. Now, is this in terms of kind of trying to get an impression on the situation, I would assume?
Yes and no.
Okay. Are any of
50-50,
my
I'll
things
say.
applicable in terms of re-rolling this? Because I obviously want to be fair about it.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that stinks.
This is mainly just related to it's basically a group perception roll that is happening right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
So
I see.
I don't think you've really got anything.
No,
anything
the only
here
thing
to
would
help
be a
you.
bond, and it's not related to our bond, I don't think. Hey,
Okay.
unless I could invoke the bond with Gafran for this.
No, I don't think it's applicable here. Okay. As you all exit, you can see the Dragon Empress, Gafran, and the Lady Gafran all have turned towards you. They've been eyeing you as soon as you've gotten out of the vehicle. The guards are not really paying super close attention to you. The one guard that the Dragon Empress has behind her is obviously paying attention to you and keeping a vision of their head is on a swivel in general, you can see, except until he, or whom you assume to be a he, is notices Moon and then stops and stares at Moon.
I nod my head at them in acknowledgement.
Do you walk over to them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm right beside her.
Okay. So Moon and Enders are in the front.
Trailing behind with Bo.
Okay. Iris, you're in the
I'll
back.
be kind of in the middle of the two because I was out of the carriage before Rue.
Okay.
So,
As I'm walking over with Moon, I am locking eyes with Merrick.
Merrick is a bit wide-eyed.
Hmm.
He looks a bit like manic.
I'll kind of give one of these as an acknowledgement of what he's feeling. And I'll just put my hand on Moon's shoulder as we walk over.
Okay. The Dragon Empress with scepter in hand. She is wearing the finest armor you've seen. I mean, it's a combination of beautiful reds and golds and deep blacks, and her scepter is the crown of the scepter is on fire. Her horns are gilded. They have gold wrapped around them, and there is a sort of crown that is integrated into the gold that is gilded around her horns. Her eyes are fiery. They look like small fireballs sitting in her eye sockets as she turns toward you, glaring at you, Moon, as you walk over.
I walk
bow?
over to her, but I stop about 6 to 7 feet in front of her, and I lower my gaze and I get on one knee. And then I look up at her, and there's no expression on my face. but I feel like my heart is going to explode out of my chest.
Anybody else?
Absolutely bowing. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I can't, so I don't. I'm just kind of dangling from Rue.
I bow and try to help Bo bow.
It's not
Ah.
happening.
Squish is lower.
I'm going to recall the moment that I ran into this Empress back at the council party. Well, it was like a celebration party thing. In passing, noticing how their I don't want to say they're people, but you know what I'm saying, how they interacted with her with the bow, and I try to mimic that.
Okay. I'll take a group check. Insight and willpower. Difficulty is 10.
I'll do it. Insight and willpower, you said?
Yep.
Got a 14.
12 success.
Ooh.
Glory to mankind.
Okay.
You all show some deference to the Dragon Empress. As you do, she smiles. A wicked sort of smile. Dragon teeth. I mean, like, pointed, predatory smile. There is a sort of mollified look on her face as you do this. Ah, you show deference here in Millifax, and to me. That is good. I am glad to see you, Savior Moon.
At her calling me Savior Moon, I grit my teeth.
That is what most people call you nowadays, isn't it?
My eyes sharply look over the moon. I'm questioning. And then back at the Empress.
Please rise.
And I stand.
Excuse my visit here, but I heard that you were in Millifax, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to come see you. After all, the last time you were here, things were very different, weren't they?
Very different. Why are you...
Sorry, go ahead.
Why are you at the estate?
As I said, I came to see you.
Well, now you've seen me.
I have. She begins to sort of circle around you. Sort of an appraising look about your group. Ah, intriguing. Heroes indeed. I wasn't entirely sure at first. But what? You take these fledglings around with you? You show them the ropes?
These are my friends, not fledglings.
We'll see. Do you know? And she seems to be addressing the entire group when she says this. Do you know that this person that you are with, this savior of Regalia, is far more terrifying than you imagine?
She's really tall, isn't she?
Terrifying. Yeah.
We would do anything for her.
Would you now?
I can't quite control my ears, which have flattened, and my tail continues to whip irritably behind me. Yes, Empress.
My fists are clenched.
Do you know some of the other names that this one has gone by?
She has like 500 titles, right? She mentioned.
200.
Oh, yes.
Oh, 200.
Many know her in other ways, especially through Millefax. Some call her the Valkyrie. Others call her the Angel of Death.
That's a cool one.
We have seen her power. It is apt.
Her power. Have you now? Have you shown them, Valkyrie?
Stop calling me that. That was a long time ago.
Was it?
Why did you really come? To make fun of me?
Make fun? No, I would do no such thing.
Yet here you are,
I am
bringing
curious.
up a past that I don't want to discuss.
Very well. Well, I am here because I am curious what you are doing back here. What brings you to Millefax? You went through the port. You filled out a visa. I would have thought you would have smashed your way in. Killed who would ever get in your way.
Moon would never do that. Would you?
And I look at Enders. It was a long time ago.
I'm not judging.
And I'm searching for words in front of this Empress who is just, you know, making like drilling holes into my skin with her eyes, and I can feel it like just. I filled out the form because I wanted to do it right this time. And at this, I really look at her. And because I didn't want to cause any more pain.
The smile disappears from her face. I think I'll take a group roll here, but let me just check and see what this might be.
Is it for reading her face?
Yeah.
Pass. I can't.
This will just be insight and insight, I think, again. Not sure who wants to lead this, but...
I can do it. Insight. What's a 10 for difficulty?
The difficulty is 12.
12.
It would be 10 for the support, not 12. 12 for the final would be it. But 4 failure.
I am unfortunately not looking at the Empress and instead looking at Moon. So I will pass.
What's the difficulty? 12 for us?
10,
10 for you.
For us.
So I pass? Okay.
Yes. So you'll get plus
A
the
13
bond that you
success.
succeeded.
Okay. Yeah. I think you notice a bit of sadness in the Emperor's eyes for just a moment. She's very skilled at controlling her emotions, or what she puts out there from what you can see. There is like a moment of sadness there.
And this is what I see as well?
Yeah, the group notices.
I'll sharply look towards the moon and then recall. I won't say anything. I won't pass judgment with my eyes, but it is questioning because she seemed a little off-put by the fact that I did not kill that dragon. And certain things are starting to make a little more sense to me. I'll just take a deep breath.
Well, acting differently now. Very well. But why are you here?
I wish it was for any other reason than the reason we are here. Because it's the same reason that I left. It's too much. You're using too much emberstone. It's going to cost you. And you're still wrong. And at this point, I can't help myself. You'll continue to be wrong about it.
Emberstone. It all comes back to Emberstone.
How could it not?
Well, it will take some time for our society to change, but rest assured, I have clung to these laws set in place. So I do not know why you are here. But I have done as the consortium has demanded.
I understand.
I'll put another hand on Moon's shoulder. If I may.
Speak.
It seems like a lot of pain and suffering happened because of these emberstones, and I've been paying attention around town and seeing how much everyone relies on it, the power it gives. I mean, you have children here as well. What if I told you that I look towards Moon, I am looking for other means to contribute to this power deficiency. It's going to take time.
Are you some sort of engineer?
Let's just say I have my ways of figuring things out. But I can't do it alone, clearly. I have to gather details, I have to get resources. I have to be on the inside of a lot of places that may be dangerous. But what if I say that there may be a small, tiny sliver of a possibility that there's something that can possibly be done? But I can't give you a guarantee unless I do research, and with that, we need to not have, well, daggers pointed at it. Moon. To get it done.
Do you see a dagger pointed at Moon right now? I
Unless-
really think you need to consider your words more carefully.
I wasn't accusing you. But there are people out there that are after her head. I believe that if you wanted her dead, or us dead, probably already would have made tides to have that happen. But I can assure you, this might be out of hand, but I can kind of read people really well, and you seem like someone that's very much into their word. Now, one of your many dragons attacked us on the road.
One
His life
of
was
my
spared.
dragons.
They in Millifax. Not saying you specifically sent them after us, but a dragon of some sort did attack us, and typically in the laws of adventuring, so to speak, self-defense, if we would have put that dragon out, we probably could have argued our way, but we spared his life because we understand how important each life could possibly be. I would say
I grit
that's
my teeth when you say spare its life, because I was not on board with that.
I feel that we could possibly show a difference in what happened pre-war times. The difference is that Moon was alone. Now she's not.
Alone.
Enders.
You were alone. Are you not?
I look at the Empress.
You have many things to talk about with this one, I think.
I slowly look down. And I look back up at the Empress in her eyes. I will find a way. I don't like being called hero.
And
Until
I
I've
do
done
not
something.
like calling anyone heroes, but
Right.
it is the vernacular of this world.
Well, let's make an agreement. I am no hero. I've done nothing heroic to earn that title. Until I do, I would like to earn a title from you that suits your house. Let me prove to you, I can't speak for the rest of us, that I'm worthy of earning such a thing. I need cooperation.
And
I'm
how would you
willing to
do
do it.
this?
Hell. As powerful as you are, I'm sure there are things that are happening around you that need taken care of. The power is obviously the biggest thing. But let's say that we earn your trust and loyalty to make up for whatever. And I look back towards Moon.
Make
Doubts
up
you may have in our Savior.
doubts. She looks outright bewildered as she looks between the group and Moon. You haven't told them anything, have you?
They've only been here for a short amount of time.
This is dealing with our past. If we keep dwelling on the past, we can never make for the present or the future. Yes, we have things to discuss. I agree with that, but There is a reason why you are standing here in front of us with one guard in tow, which means you don't see us as an enemy.
And at this, I look at Enders. We're not your enemies. And then I take a half step closer.
You hear you hear a shift in the guard behind her. The plate just lightly scraping.
I lean in as close as they'll allow, and I say, and I especially don't want to be your enemy.
I see through you, Savior. Your words are hollow.
Then what about action? Like Anders here was saying.
Yes, action. It speaks far louder than words. I did not come to give you tasks to prove your worth. I have come here to find out why you are here. I did not make this trip lightly. I have many things to do, especially now. I came to speak to you, Moon. I came to find out why you are here. You say it is emberstone.
Yes.
She glances to the matriarch and Marek, who's sort of like, the matriarch just puts her chin up a bit and just lightly bows to the Empress. Marek looks a bit shaken, and he like bows, you know, a bit more awkwardly.
We have been staying at the Gafran estate. They've been hosting, and we were expected.
You still do not answer my question.
When the Empress mentioned that she was clinging on to the laws that were set up by the consortium and whatnot, did we get the vibe that she was being 100% sincere?
You think so? Yeah.
I think that I would look to Moon and perhaps tap her arm and nod.
We were investigating. We were following a lead. There was a stolen shipment of emberstone. It led us here.
She
Do you know anything
glares.
about it?
She glares daggers at Marek and Lady Gafran. Marek he sort of is in like a supplicating pose with his hands and open in a bowed head, and he says, "Empress, if I may, silence!"
He was cooperative with us. Assisting us, even.
Have you not been following my royal decree?
Oh boy.
Empress, I Stop your sniveling, Marek! Empress, of course we followed your royal decree. We are not in the business of emberstone any longer. Which is surely a great slight to the Gafran house. A merchant that took great advantage of emberstone's worth previously. I do not see your house fall into ruin. The matriarch, Lady Gafran, says, Empress, may I please speak? Perhaps you have more sense than your son. One can only hope, Empress. Empress, I have only found out just recently that there have been dealings with certain individuals that are still in Melifax, that are taking advantage of the consortium and emberstone shipments. Marek here has been trying to, well, to catch them out. He's been doing his best to find them for you, Empress. It is of great import that our house does not get sullied by these accusations.
I just bite my lip very hard.
The Empress stares at Lady Gafran. We shall see, Samira. We shall see. You are here on consortium business, then, Valkyrie.
Yes. And I hope she doesn't see that I am somewhat telling the truth and somewhat lying.
Okay. All right. Let's see. If you're trying to lie a little bit here, I think this is a roll.
And just for the record, we all think that what she said was the complete truth. That's all we know.
It's up to
right?
you. Yeah,
That's all
up to
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
Is that, okay.
I mean, I'm my goal there is not to necessarily lie, and say that that's not why we're here, because it is why we're here. But me personally,
Oh yeah.
it's I have my own, like,
Okay.
you know, like.
So I think this will be insight and willpower.
Okay.
Difficulty's going to be 12.
Okay. 13 success.
I think it's not so much that she is seeing through you as she is very suspect of the Grafans at the moment.
French laugh.
Yes. Empress, if you may, if I may, ask a question.
Speak.
Yes. So I got this very interesting map, you see, and Melifax is grand. I was wondering, and I looked towards Merrick, and slightly over to the matriarch, but it's very a quick pull and back to the Empress. How's Drakmor doing as of late?
It's just like silent in the courtyard. As soon as you
I
say
look
this.
at Enders.
I'll do a smirk.
I'll take a group check. This will be insight. Difficulty is going to be 14.
Jesus. Somebody with insight, please do that shit. Anyway.
Okay. Are you sure you don't wanna? Okay. And you said it was a group check difficulty of 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on, baby, let's go. There's just no way I can get it.
You can crit on it.
7 failure.
Okay.
Okay, and Bo is not rolling.
No. Inside.
Okay. I gotta ask. Does this have anything to do with my background? Whatsoever. This has been diplomatic. I don't know if reading someone and...
You could technically use your bond with Marek.
Okay.
That's it. And I think that's only a +1, right?
Yeah. So I won't do it then.
Yeah.
7 for the listeners.
The reason why, let me say the reason why I said this. I want to see if there's a reaction from the matriarch.
Yeah. There's a puzzled looking reaction from Marek and no reaction from the matriarch and from the Empress that any of you notice.
So matriarch doesn't make any kind of facial expressions from that?
Nope.
Interesting.
Stone cold poker face.
The reason why I ask is I was thinking about making a I don't know, journey across. I don't know if the way is dangerous or not.
Of course it is dangerous.
Mm.
This is the land of dragons.
Yeah.
There are many, even though you have the savior with you. Of course it is dangerous. Maybe especially because you have the savior with you.
Understood. The time I'm speaking with her, I am looking her dead in her eyes, trying to feed her information without saying much. I don't know how intelligent, I mean, I don't say that out loud. I don't know how intelligent she is at reading, like expressions, but I'm pretty much telling her, like, when's the last time you looked into Drakmor? That's why I asked the question.
Yeah. Well.
If she got it, she got it. If she didn't, she didn't.
Yeah, I think she will say Drakmor Laboratories. Is that of whom you speak?
And a slight smile come across my face. Sounds like a fine place for research.
Yes.
Powerful engineering.
It was. They are currently researching a way to deal with our emberstone crisis.
Perfect. Then those are the first people I need to talk to assist you with this endeavor. I would like to know if you have your blessings for safe
At this?
travels.
When he says blessings, I go, huh.
She, more than what you said, has a reaction to Moon sort of sighing there. She swivels her head towards Moon and she says, "My blessing You ask for permission.
And I shake my head to Moon.
Yes, we would ask for your permission.
As a member of the Emberstone Consortium, you are well within your rights to investigate any research facilities that are adjacent to Emberstone, of course.
If we find something out of the ordinary, Empress, would you like to be the first to know?
She's taking stock of you, Enders. She says, "Is this your new mouthpiece?"
No. But he understands what's at stake. And I currently don't feel like saying more than a few sentences to you at a time.
Steak? Did she say steak?
Oh,
I shake Bo.
quite.
It's just me. Wanted to earn that special title and prove to you that things can change. And it seems like I got a lot of time to make up.
You will tell me if you find anything out of the ordinary in Drakmore.
I bow. I heard that communication scrolls are the fastest.
She looks back to her guard. Her guard pulls out a communication scroll, hands it to you.
Thank
At
you.
this,
Not
I'm
waste
a little.
my
You can see there's like
time.
some shock on my face, like at this generosity almost.
Do not waste my time.
Believe me, if anybody knows the expense of time alongside information, it'll be me. I bow
Is
and
that
I.
so?
One will find out soon enough. Actions, remember? Words, well, I look back towards Merrick. Nothing unless you show action. I bow
Just
again.
takes like he just swallows like you see his Adam's apple bobbing like a bunch of times, like just trying to not throw up. And yeah, I think that the Empress will again walk over to you, Moon, and she will look you in the eyes and say, "Be careful in Milafax, Valkyrie."
Does she mean this?
She's clearly saying it as a taunt. You don't have to make any sort of check on that.
And she's a fair bit shorter than I am, right?
Probably a little bit. I don't imagine a lot.
Mm.
Dragonkin are probably taller by nature, but they're not as tall as Celestians, I think.
Mm. And I look at her and I just return with that coldness. Always.
Yes.
I'll smile at that.
Yeah. And perhaps come for a visit when you are done. I'm sure at the capital we would love to entertain one such as yourself.
And I kind of like pull at my clothes. Yes, Empress. And I bow my head.
So strange, isn't it? These pleasantries.
And I sort of mumble under my breath. We're in polite company.
She leans in towards you, Moon. And she's really sort of whispering to Moon here.
Do not think I have forgotten what you did to my brother.
I haven't forgotten either.
The slights that you have shown my family run deep, Valkyrie. But rest assured, they will be repaid.
I did it for you. And then I compose myself. But I understand.
Well, then, I shall take my leave.
I bow.
Apologies for not staying longer, Samira. But I have business, as you can imagine. Of course, Your Majesty. Marek.
Your Majesty, of course. May we get you anything before you leave?
I am fine. I have much business to take care of. The emberstone crisis is a crisis for us all. Excuse
I don't stop
me.
looking at her.
She turns. She does not give you another look, Moon. And as she begins to walk off, you did not hear, you did not see several dragon riders swooping down into the courtyard almost without a sound. Dragons that are significantly bigger than the drake that you saw. They fly in tandem like a wing of fighter jets. You see them land with barely a sound. All of them wearing similar plate to the guard behind the Empress. They look a little bit like this. Let's see if I can show you here.
Seeing all of these drop down, I shift instinctively out of fear towards my friends. I think Rue is the closest.
Easy, Iris. It'll be okay.
Ooh.
That's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's there would be 7, I think. And you can see one is being held by another dragon rider. The reins are being held by another dragon rider. The dragons are white and blue. They have very sleek appearance. They have feathers as well along their wings. And you can see their scales are very sort of sleek and like they don't have as many ridges as you saw on the drake you saw. They are each mounted by a rider in that similar sort of plate. You can see they all have like heavy spears as well, and they're quite clearly like well disciplined The dragons are barely making any noise. Like they just look like they are well trained.
I bet that tastes heavenly.
The Empress and the guard behind her mount the empty dragon. The Empress sits in front of the other rider. She gives one final look to the group, not specifically at Moon.
Come see me after your investigations.
I'll bow.
I will as well.
Gusts of wind circle. You see leaves and just, minor bits of dirt here and there sort of swirl up as they jump and leap up into the air with their massive wingspans. They take to the skies without a word.
How did I not see all of those? Did you all see those? I did not know that they were there.
I didn't even smell them.
Marek rushes over to a potted plant and immediately throws up.
I go over to the matriarch. My apologies for being here under false pretenses.
False pretenses. What are these pretenses, may I ask? Marek, stop disgracing yourself!
I'll go over to Merrick and attempt to cast, cleanse on him to see if it helps him at all.
Sure.
There, you'll be all right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Straighten up. Come on.
Did I get it all?
It's in your beard, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Coming, mother, coming.
We were under the assumption that the shipment was somehow here.
My idiot of a son must have told you that it was not. I assume you did not believe him.
You're right. But
Well, it appears
you
that
have to-
their instincts are better than yours, Marek.
no, I've grown quite fond of Marek. You see, he has this thing to where he's really bad at lying.
Yes. That does not bode well for a merchant.
Well, might have saved your life today. Marek is, interesting, but loyal. If you want, and I may be speaking out of the side of my mouth here, and if I do, I apologize. But I suggest that we all sit down and have a very serious talk. Yeah? Lives are on the line at this point. And I'm not just talking about ours, and that's not a threat. I've grown quite, impressed with Millifax. In seeing how the people go on with their daily lives, not knowing that, well, time could be the biggest death toll that Millifax has to offer, and only people that will survive as well. You.
I turn to Enders. I'm not certain we will learn anything we don't already know.
And I'll lean in. There's certain things they think we don't know.
My son has gone over the particulars of your bargain that you have struck.
Well, there's a slight chess piece in play here. You came into the picture, and you seem to be very versed in trade and information. I'm sure you
Yes,
have
of
lots
course.
yes. Someone as esteemed as you has information. I'm pretty sure that can help us all. Because
Try to
matriarch-
butter me up. I'm not that sort of a woman. Now,
well seasoned, I understand.
I
Beyond
understand. I understand that you are here at our estate, and already the Dragon Empress has begun to investigate us.
Which is why I think we should get out of your hair entirely.
A wonderful idea.
Am I in her hair? I'm sorry.
What is that creature?
A
That is
person?
our friend Bo. Yes, that is Bo.
Oh, hi.
Now, if there's anything else that we can do for you, as way of apology for being here and investigating without telling you.
I'm all ears.
Well, then I look at Enders. Perhaps we could share some of our findings from what we find out.
I get wide-eyed.
Why not? I feel like it should be.
So
Common
information
knowledge.
then.
7 dragons, an empress,
Mm,
an agreement
yes.
already struck.
Yes.
Now we're throwing aside a curveball. Yeah.
Well, it's just could be interesting, you know. Oh, you never know what we'll find there. So, perhaps. But
Could also
I'm
sleep
certain
on it.
Right, for the time being, we will take our leave, as we have bothered you enough, and of course, now politics are involved, and as is the royal offices. So, I think we should leave.
A wonderful idea. And then, perhaps, as you leave, you could...
She smirks. Then, like a horrifically creepy smile just starts to crawl across her face.
Ah, yes. I'll take one piece of information from you now. As good faith.
Was there anything you had in mind in
Was
terms
there a
of what you want to know?
question specifically,
She-
or
yeah, you can see she's tapping her lips like this, and she's looking at you, Moon, and she says,
There was quite a bit of scuttlebutt that was happening a few years ago. Rumor has it, you were the one who killed the Dragon Emperor.
What? That's preposterous. Moon would never do something of that nature.
How much XP was that?
Bo, honestly, it's
What?
a joke. They're just trying to throw sheep's wool over our eyes here. She's a savior. She saves. This whole point of the idol, not to kill someone that's in power. That would be treason of some sort.
Anders?
It's a serious accusation.
You wouldn't.
Couldn't stop it from happening.
What do you mean you're in control of your own?
And I look at the matriarch. It was not necessarily a rumor. But I will tell you that it was not entirely my fault.
Yet, you did not challenge for succession, as is Millifact's custom.
Gasp.
And I look away. And I said that to her. And I'm referring to the Empress. I said that to her, and I said I didn't want it. And I'm kind of wringing my hands. I can't say what you have heard is untrue, but I leaned in. He was not good.
I don't
And
suppose
I think you would
many
understand
rulers-
that.
I don't suppose many rulers are good.
Or people in power that wants to keep it.
Psst, hey, Moon.
I look over at Bo,
Did you get a title
suddenly
for
aware
it?
that he's there. Yes?
Hi.
Hi.
Did you get a title for it?
I didn't
No?
want it. No.
Oh, that was the. Oh, I'm
Right,
hungry.
yeah.
Never mind. Sorry.
I stopped collecting after that. But yeah, I get very confused.
You know, this seems like we've successfully given you your little nugget of information that you like. Perhaps we should retire a bit. And I sort of jiggle Bo in my hands. We've
Did
been
they
out
cook the chicken? The cockatrice.
in the city for a bit, and perhaps we could do with lunch.
Trick or trees. Please.
Perhaps dinner.
Ooh, dinner.
Even better.
Will you be leaving tonight?
After
Yes.
dinner, hopefully.
Is it too much to ask to leave first thing in the morning? Trip to Drakmore may be long and tiring.
That is true.
Gives us the night to discuss things.
Would you
So be
allow
it.
us one more night? Thank you. And at this, I look genuinely pleased.
Now, if you'll excuse me, it's been a long day. Marek, we have much to discuss.
Yes,
Men-
mother. He turns his head as the matriarch begins to walk away, and he looks at you, Enders, and he just shakes his head and sighs and throws his hands up.
I run to him and pat him on the back and say it'll be okay. As I do that, I slip the communication scroll that I bought to him.
Okay. Make a note. You should be able to edit your items, but maybe make a note for all of the communication scrolls you have. Whenever you give them to somebody, make sure you take note of who you give it to.
Yeah, I can edit the summary. I'll just put the name in there.
Yeah. If you have issues with that, just let me know. We'll see. We'll see. Because I'm pretty sure you have a notes section as well that you can make notes, right?
You
Yeah,
can alter
yeah.
the name of the item, though. It just makes it simpler. That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yep, it worked. Yeah.
okay.
But as I give it to him, I'll edit it. I need to edit the Empresses too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll pocket it and walk off, following Samira.
Okay.
You can see, like, everybody that was in the courtyard, everybody's like, the guards are, staying professional, but some of the other staff are kind of like holy shit, what just happened? There's a lot of shocked expressions, like everybody's looking like, what is going on?
We should leave. Go
I
down.
just start dragging
to town.
Bo over towards the manor that the
The guest house?
guest house, yeah.
Yes, let's collect our things. Perhaps we'll talk a little bit. Right?
If the group is all here and we're not within earshot of anybody, I'm gonna say, we could have died. We could have died very easily. Especially
Why?
speaking out of turn with the Dragon Empress. They incinerate people.
Why?
Because they want to.
Did we
It's-
do something wrong?
Well, not necessarily we. But it went better than I thought it was going to.
I apologize for speaking out of turn.
No, you don't have to apologize, Enders.
But
I was speechless anyway.
reputation
But
to
we could have
uphold.
died.
And we're not dead.
You also got a communication scroll from the Empress. I don't think you did badly.
I appreciate that.
Right.
And you have to play your aces where you can.
I
You're
think
not.
so.
You're actually. Well, I would bear to say that if they wanted us dead, we would have been dead on spot. Wouldn't even be able to make it out of the vehicle. There is still a level of respect there, as thin as that line may be. That we have a lot to discuss.
I do think, though, that she was being sincere, that they are trying very hard to well, hold on to what the consortium told them that they need to do here in Malefax with the power and whatnot. We've seen evidence of it.
She'll do what she has to.
She needs you, Moon. It's the only reason why we're still standing.
I think she made it very clear that she doesn't. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We are alive, and we should get some rest before we go and investigate.
Are you okay?
Yeah, and I pull up my gloves and kind of straighten my hair. I could just use maybe a strong drink, maybe some spirits.
Drinks are a great idea. In fact, and I open my inventory and pull out the very fancy bottle of wine. We only drank half of this.
And my face lights up. I do you mind? And I make like a grabby motion.
Woman of the
I-
hour?
I
Can I
pull it out
contest?
of your reach.
Oh. A three-way contest.
You'll have to catch me first. And I'll essentially playfully run towards the dining room that we had to ourselves. I want to try to find a comfortable place where we can all sit down and
Have you
have
drunk
a
yet?
few drinks.
I
mean,
chase
this-
after her,
yeah, I
but
mean,
I
the
don't
ins-
go like super speed mode. I'm just like, just kind of skipping along, like, give me that, give me wine, give me wine.
Yeah, there's there's there is like the dining room if you want to be indoors. There's also the cliff where the balcony is. Want to go there? But those are probably the two main places I would suggest. Everything is really comfortable in here. I mean, this place is lush as fuck.
Where, if I'm gonna go to the balcony with or without them, and collect. I'll have a journal with me, and I'm collecting things and writing notes and just staring out at what view we have of Malefax and trying to collect my thoughts of what just transpired and information that I got of everything, especially Moon, and trying to keep a level head of things while everyone celebrates.
I would be going to go find you.
I would actually bring Moon and anyone else in tow to the balcony, but only after swiping a few more bottles of things to drink. That way we can all be together.
So you have dropped me.
I can do more than one thing at once. You're just picking up a lot of dirt as I'm dragging you along. And I'm using you as cold storage, just shoving bottles of wine into you. I'll drag a few cushions out onto the balcony and surrender the wine over to Moon and just sit down.
Ah, sippy.
Don't forget to share.
Right, right.
Iris, you look like you could use a drink too.
That was really scary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Moon? I am aware that they brought up quite a few things that you didn't want to talk about. You don't have to talk about it now, but it would be good in the future to have us know all of you. Okay? So take your time, but we would like to be able to support you in the best way that we can. And information is key in supporting and being able to do such a thing. It's powerful. Okay?
Thanks, Iris. And I take her hand, and there's that same kind of odd glazed look in my eyes. But I do squeeze your hand.
If you're close enough, I will pat your head. You did
I
well.
lean down a bit.
You did very well. I know it was very stressful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted everyone to be okay. I was really worried for our safety.
Well, I suppose if we were going to die, there was really nothing we could have done about it.
Right, and I guess we would have been nice and toasty warm for just a half second.
Horrifying.
And then I laugh at that, and it's just like, yeah, it is. I take another sip of wine.
Well, I suppose a little bit of revelry and then we get the hell out of here.
Iris.
I almost said another word, but I didn't.
Gosh, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'll make a nest of cushions next to me. Enders, why don't you sit down over here? I know you're writing, but come on, there's space for you.
I'll slowly put down the quill and straighten myself up. All right. I'll come over and I'll sit on the edge of a cushion.
I sniff and I look at him and I say, "You're not a mouthpiece, you know. You're a good human. And I appreciate you standing up for us and wanting to know more."
Yeah.
She's just mean. And I take another sip of wine.
You know, though, Enders, your idea is not a bad one to try to find some other alternative. Maybe the Gafrans could be the first to initiate it so that they don't lose their fortune.
I have put cogs in place. Just waiting for the right time to let everyone know. I'm not the one that likes to just throw random ideas out without testing. But I have a feeling that I have already gotten one in my pocket. Merrick.
You two did seem quite chummy. When he wasn't throwing up chum.
Oh,
Oh,
there's something about him that reminds me of us. Can't quite put a finger on it. But, as they say, if there are enemies, you keep them close.
Was it that feeling on the boat?
It's a lot of feelings right now.
As you say that, I'll lean over so that my shoulder bumps yours. You won't be alone. We'll work through this together.
I look directly at Moon. We will. Right?
we will.
That's good. All right, let's see how many things we can stick in bow. And I pull out chairs and lamps and lanterns.
I read a book
Whoa.
about this once.
I open my inventory and take out the really expensive fish.
Hang on. I think I have like a big old sack. Oh, yeah, we can put this in here too. Hang on, Bo. And I have like a little like pencil. And then I have another
of course.
pencil.
With your consent, that is.
Oh, may
What?
we stick things inside of your membrane?
We're all just like holding things like, can we put things inside of you?
I slowly look up to all of them and go,
I shake
Okay.
the fish enticingly.
okay, fish. Fish me.
Great, I have an idea. I run and try to pull the couch towards us.
Ouch.
Wait, why? The whole couch?
Oh no, when he had something that large the last time, he had many issues. Did he not remember? We thought you were going to burst.
Yeah, he was a bit,
I couldn't poop.
You
And you
poop.
were
First of
afraid
all,
you'd pop.
what? Second of all,
Right.
I mean, what's practice? We may need you to take over, I don't know, an enemy.
Oh, to absorb a large
can you
piece.
absorb the couch, Bo?
Whack, I have a question. Have any of us pooped since we got in here?
I've shit so much, you have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I like to keep mine personal.
He just keeps
Guys.
it with him.
I
Girl
mean,
has no
in
further
fantasy
questions.
worlds.
Enders literally had like a. I think you
Oh,
were gone that
bathroom scene.
session, but he actually had like a moment where he went to the restroom.
Okay.
Yep, it was a lavish bathroom. Golden throne.
Oh, and Koga.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay, what's happening here? You want me to eat stuff?
Eat
I'm game.
now. Putting yourself, trying to put yourself across this whole couch. I think expanding your membrane will be good practice for the road trip. If there's
Yes.
large beasts,
Did
I
you
saw
see
you
him as a
change.
dragon earlier? That was incredible.
it's more like a figurine, but yeah.
It was the size of the dragon. It was not a figurine. It was quite
smaller.
good.
It'd be better.
I think we retconned it so I wasn't going to be the same size as the dragon. I don't think
Right.
Bo can make matter, but I can, like fill up with air to kind of be a bit bigger. Just so that Whack doesn't hate me. So, sure. I could do that again, or I could try. What were those things we wrote here on? I could do that too.
Oh, the Iquidons.
I could maybe perhaps try and
No,
look like that. What?
no, I no. If that requires you to, I don't know, place yourself on one of those, I don't think it's a good idea. Let's not start with live objects.
Okay.
I pull the fish out of Bo surreptitiously.
Especially not that one.
It's covered in bow. Can I have that back?
Is it alive still? Is it dead?
Don't worry about it. And I'll throw it back into my inventory.
Okay. Well,
Eat the couch. Eat the couch.
All right.
I'm just cheering there, like with the wine.
like I kind of move around and like I guess the surface of my membrane looks like I'm pulling up my sleeves, but I'm not. I'm just kind of wiggling about, and I move towards the couch, and then I kind of like flop onto the side and try and stretch over it.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So you start to see, it's like it starts to corrode from where I've touched it, and then like
The road? Oh,
Yes, it
sound good.
sizzles, I assume.
Wow.
Really
I
slow
actually not to
though.
eat it.
Like it's very slow.
Did you say don't eat it? If so,
Yes.
then it stops to corrode on the side, and I just keep starting to stretch over it. After maybe about a minute of straining, perhaps, I'm just stretched over like a thin membrane over this over the couch. Then my eyes kind of like float towards the center of the couch and go.
I saw a movie like this once.
Oh, impressive.
Wow.
That
Not
I
everyone
didn't
can stretch like that.
expect you to be able to do it. All right, get off of it quickly. I don't want you to rip yourself.
Yes, it is making a hissing sound.
No. No.
Yeah, you can keep the penny. Keep the penny.
Oh, eat the penny, yes.
Yeah, it's for good luck.
I sort of push, and you see like a swell in the center of the couch, and bits of bow start to like I guess.
It wouldn't be a penny,
Come
by the way.
off.
It'd be Zenit.
Oh, yes, it's Zenit.
Do you get to add 1 Zenit to your inventory?
No.
And then I come out, out of the front of the couch, and
How
Interesting.
did that feel?
well, I mean the couch kind of tasted funny, but
So not to eat
otherwise,
it, and I
stopped
just make
eating it.
notes.
Look at it; it's only a bit wrecked, right? You know.
Very interesting. Very, very good. Thank you. And then I go back and sit down on a cushion.
Well, I don't get a treat or anything.
What about that fish?
No, she took it back.
That fish should definitely see its way back.
I don't know what
in-
you're talking about.
I don't know if the fish was alive after that.
But you want some wine, Bo? And I just kind of like offer to pour.
Okay.
Okay, make a cup.
Kind of go concave like this.
Yeah. And I just glug 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 glug.
Yum, I guess. You kind of see.
I wonder.
You wonder?
I wonder what it will do. And I sort of stand there and just watch.
Is it like
What
a
kind-
lava lamp?
Is it red wine or is it white wine?
It's red wine.
Oh, it's red wine. Okay,
Ooh.
well, you kind of see globules of the wine kind of like drip into Bo, and Bo starts to reform back into a sphere. And for a minute, it looks like, blood and water, or like, a lava lamp. And after a while, I kind of change hue ever so slightly to the color of the wine for about maybe 5 minutes. And I guess where you think my cheeks would be, or perhaps, like just away from where my eyes are, like in the character art, it starts to glow a bit more red for a bit.
Eh.
Oh,
Whoa.
That Sam was a bubble popping.
Cool. That's amazing. Can you taste it?
Wine, I think.
He's right.
Score!
oh goodness.
And I put the wine bottle on the table and slam it. So, I was in love with the Empress.
I knew it. I had a feeling.
Come
Yep.
again.
And
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
What about her was so great? Her gravelly voice or her evilness?
Well, I mean, that's got a little bit to do with it.
Huh?
We need to talk about some things, Jen. Gotta swap some literature later.
Well, that's interesting. I guess my romance question does have a hint.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
She's beautiful.
It's the tail, isn't it?
so red.
That was my second guess.
But we had a bit of a history. You know, I don't want to get too much into it.
Nope. I am
painful
all
and
ears.
there's a lot. There's a lot there. But you guys asked if I was alone, and I mean, I was, because I didn't have heroes. But you know, I wasn't alone.
Did you copulate with the Dragon Empress?
Whoa. You don't have to
Well,
answer
that's right. I will make my leave.
I'm leaning
Have a
in.
great night, and I walk out.
I start to occupy myself by trying to shove myself inside the wine bottle.
Scaly.
Okay, but was it good?
Sharp.
Okay. No, I can see that. They see the appeal.
Right.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I get a peel because scales sharp like iron wool.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Sure. Yeah. But
Did you spend a lot of time with her?
Yeah. We yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she, I don't think she likes me very much, guys.
I think the bottle starts to roll out the room.
Oh, there goes the wine.
Oh, I don't. I
And the
look around
wine
for
could
more
be
drinks.
And my cheeks are real flushed. Like,
How
Here's
long
some
ago?
water.
oh, thank you.
How
I'm just
long
gonna
ago
have-
was your tryst with
was
the
probably
Dragon Empress?
probably about maybe 6-7 years ago. 8,
Oh.
I don't know. It was a while ago. They had a problem with their government, and I was there, and she told me about it, and she was sad because of family stuff. And I'm like, I'll do it for you, babe. Don't worry about it. I've got it. I'll take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was silly. It was silly. It was silly of me to get involved. I should have gotten involved. It was dumb. It was a dumb time. It was, but
Was he a threat to her?
No. People died, and it was not great.
So it was not the plan.
No, it was not. It was not how it should have happened. That's really all. That's all I can. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's all. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's a lot.
yeah,
It's a lot.
no.
But
alright.
she, I think she, I think she still cares, because I think she probably would have killed everybody. I'll be real.
Yeah.
I've seen her just do that. So
Do
I'm
you still
I'm
have
glad that
feelings
we're
for
all still
her?
alive. What? Sorry?
Do you still have feelings for her?
I can remember what it's like to have feelings.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yes.
go to
Yep.
bed. Go to bed. And but you guys, and I lean in. Thank you for listening, because it's really it bothered me today, and I didn't want to say anything, because I didn't want to bother anybody with it. But we go back, and I have to be nice, because the royalty, they know my name, and I don't want to be that person again, because they were scared of me, but they're like, we can let you back, and they said if you come back, you have to be on your best behavior. And I said, I'm probably never coming back anyway, because they just don't like me here, including the Empress. And why would I want to come back if I have to have this old flame? No pun intended. Why am I going to come back? They're just not gonna. They don't like me. But I have to come back because they let us here. I'm gonna go to bed. And I stand up. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you for telling us. Oh. I look to Rue, and I just scratch my head a little bit.
She's not quite the same, is she?
Oh. I will put a hand on your face. And look at you. Not quite. But she is there. I mean, we're all a little bit different, are we not?
Yeah, I'm happy that she wasn't alone. I mean, I think that's had me worried the most out of everything. 10 years is a long time.
It is. You know when people get really involved in some sort of fandom where they play a game non-stop and they live, they breathe it, they dream it, and it kind of becomes a little bit of an obsession?
Maybe a little.
I've done it before too. This all kind of feels sort of like that, even though I suppose all of it is real, but imagine that for 10 years, it is hard to hold on to who you are outside of this place, I would assume.
Yeah.
But she is in there, and she is opening.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried if she's okay.
She is not. I don't think so.
I don't think she is.
But you are here, and you're her best friend. And we're here to support both of you. A whole lot of us. I mean, I was never quite as close with you all. Because we only knew each other for so long and playing a game together. But I'd like to think we at least were all friends. And are.
Yeah. But is it still just a game? It feels like a game, but it doesn't at the same time. And I think some of us are treating it differently than others. It's terrifying. What if 10 more years pass? What if what happened to Moon happens to us?
Then it is no longer us LARPing, I suppose. That is how I have been trying to treat it. I am worried out of my mind as well.
I want to keep treating this like a game. It's too weird. It's too different. If I admit that any part of this is real, I'm scared what happened to Jen. I'm scared if it can't be undone.
A bottle rolls back into the room and clinks onto the side of the table.
I cut off, and as I look down at it, little tears stream from my eyes.
Kind of exit the bottle slowly. You're perforated! I mean, are you okay?
I pick up the bottle and bow as carefully as I can. I'll be okay. Are you okay? You just ate a couch.
I mean, I've never thought about that before. Am I okay? I feel a bit damaged, but otherwise, I'm fine.
Oh.
Hmm?
You still feel as though this is just a game.
What do you mean?
All of this around us.
Hmm?
Do you treat it or think of it as real in any way?
I mean, I sure as hell hope it's not real because, have you seen me?
You are able to take many shapes. It is quite convenient.
Right, but I have no legs, I have no mouth, I can't scream when I talk, I kind of just shake a little, well, I don't know. I mean, right now it's okay. I mean, like, whenever I'm just tired, I just kind of like, relax and I feel whatever I'm in. But otherwise, I don't know. It is a game, isn't it? We kill things and they taste like naan bread. And I get to eat all the naan bread to me. And then, I get to eat all the cool things with Moon. And, I sure hope this is a game. I mean, it's not real. I mean, surely it's not real because we know where we came from. And, well, apart from that one guy dying a very horrible death by light fixture,
Sorry.
It's gotta be a game. And I open my inventory and I pull the very dead, fucked up looking fish. And I wobble it around. Like, you can't do this in real life. You just...
I'm gonna be in this bottle for a while I ruminate over, existence.
I sadly put the fish down.
We will try to get out of here. And I mean, that is the only way to truly figure out who we all are and where we are in the grand scheme of things and how this all will play out and how we are affected.
Yeah.
Do you think we can get out?
I don't
Maybe
know.
we just need to play the game, Play the game and then we'll get out.
But what if this is VR? Someone got really hurt. What if we're really hurt? Gosh, what if we're dead?
Shit.
I can't.
Sort of like, our souls are
I didn't think
here?
about that.
I
Something
didn't-
went really, really wrong at Regalia Con.
Yes. Wasn't that one presenter hurt?
Right. They were crushed by a lamp fixture. Then all I remember seeing is red and crikey, what if, people used to harp on the internet all the time about, the Large Hadron Collider, watch out, it's black hole day. What if that happened?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Big science machine go boom, newspaper death.
Well, it is a possible theory that this is some sort of afterlife or something. But I do think we should hold on to faith that it is not, and that perhaps maybe no time at all has passed in the real world.
Okay, but
Or in our world, I suppose I should say.
the moon's been here for 10 years.
Right.
Huh.
I mean, she... I don't know. But either way, it is important for us to be there for each other and to remind each other who we are. And it is discouraging that Moon or Jan does not remember quite a lot. I understand.
Right, it has been a while. I mean, you know, I can't really remember what I have for breakfast normally. I suppose as long as we don't split the party, we'll be fine, right?
Right. As long as we're there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And remind each other. Memory seems to be a fickle thing here in Regalia.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know if what the situation is with Enders, but he was forgetting things. You know, whether that is willful or not, I mean, it seems to be. I do not know.
I thought that was just him being an actor, you know? Like, you know, big shot actors and stuff. You know, oh, what's your name again?
He wishes to stay. Oh. And he means it.
I miss having teeth, so I kind of want to go back. But at the same time, I mean, what am I missing? What are you missing from back home?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to go back.
Do you not have, like, I don't know, a family, or I don't know, a job, or friends, or a career, or that's a big word, aspirations? Or
Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good
Purpose.
paycheck and all of that, but it came with other things too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I had to stay after work hours pretty regularly, as you might remember. Help desk.
More desk. I eat desks now. I eat desk for breakfast.
What about you, Iris?
Well, I do have family. When I left for the convention, my mother was very sick.
Oh,
But she was with my brother. He was taking care of her, so she's not alone. But I mean, I would like to see them. I mean, this is all so fantastical and interesting, and it feels wrong to wish to indulge.
I don't think so. I think having a chance to indulge is great. Back home, all I ever did was deny myself the things I wanted.
I gave up quite a lot to be there for her.
Yeah.
So it feels sort of like gaining an identity of my own here. I understand sort of where Enders in particular is coming from, and I had no idea, but I suppose you as well. This is all very confusing.
Yeah.
But at any rate, even if Jan is changed, this is time for us to get to know the version of her that exists now.
Yeah.
And that is a gift.
Yeah. And Bo,
Huh? What?
we can get you those teeth.
I
Pluck
want a
them right
huge
out of
pair
something.
Oh, I want big old gnashers, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean,
Can make that happen.
Would
Never
they be
really
like
had-
veneers, or would you want, like, pointy fangs?
Why
You'd
not
look very
both?
creepy with a smile. I will say it. You would look very creepy if you had that veneer smile with...
All right, then I want
The
really
perfectly
big old
straight
fake
teeth.
cheese square
Yeah.
teeth like a horse.